Smiles from Black Women TV. Jeremy, you're like the man of the rest of the year. Two jobs,
Yeah, no.
Obviously, most of these were in development, but at the end of the day, you're getting these projects thrown at you. What made you say yes to this outside of working with Taylor earlier in the past?
Yeah, I mean, it was just that. I mean, 'cause I didn't read any of it at all until only because I just trusted and knew what Taylorism is about because we worked together, right? But so once I was there and I got to read it all, it just got me super, super excited because I got to experience what the audience ultimately is going to experience, because this thing is a page turner when you read it. And cinematically, the way we shot this like one long movie, yeah, I think it's going to be really, really exciting for people, I think.
This first episode is a doozer. It's like you don't know what's going to happen, and every minute keeps, like, it's like you said, it's a page turner. And I like to think that some of these characters are very fearful. What makes your character fearful, and how do you relate to that character in any sense?
I mean, I relate to the character, and gosh, wow. I think in principle and sort of like just being very, he's a guy where maybe I just admire what I admire about the guy. He just says. He never lies. He tells you, like, I don't take sides. I don't think. He's just very principled, very clear about what he is. And I think I just admire that about this character. And he's very selfless. I definitely admire that as well. I think if he has fears of anything, it would be the irrational fear of like the bear, right? Like that's an irrational fear. It makes no sense. This tiny little bear, like why does he put so much fear into that when he's like doing the things that are much scarier than the bear. But yeah, but I don't think he operates out of fear by any means, but he operates out of solutions.
You've had roles in which you've been a supporting player and you've had lead roles here, but this is a series where you're pretty much front and center of the page. Even though you've worked with Taylor, were you ready for that? Obviously, you've got another show where you're front and center, so like, that's a lot. You were shooting them, from what I understand, back to back.
Yeah. This wasn't way off, really. But yeah, I don't know if you're ever ready for it. I certainly was ready as I could be. I learned a lot, and it was a lot of work. But the wonderful thing that I take away from that is, I mean, obviously you can't ultimately be prepared for something like that. But the takeaway is that I felt really good about being in the position I was in and supporting and giving to others, and being supported by them, because it takes a village to make something like this. It requires so many people. And I was just blessed also because, we're in a pandemic and working during that time this whole last year. It was an amazing thing. I'm glad I got to share with some really amazing people.
And people are ready to see a good series. And I think this is one, obviously, with the work that we know Taylor brings to the table, we can't get anything wrong. Our expectations are high, but you're going to deliver. I appreciate the time. Keep doing your thing. Wherever you're at, stay safe.
Thank you. Likewise, man.